So folks, good evening to all. We're gonna start with this session, okay? So folks, the content that we got for these sessions are ethics paradigms that, as you know, in the previous three sessions, we have been discussing about it, right? And theories of justice. Before continuing, folks, I would like to know that if you got some knowledge about theories of justice, what are they? Remember, folks, that when we talk about ethic paradigms, we talk about different ways people decide what is right or wrong, right? What is good or what is evil. But when we talk about theories of justice, folks, we are focused on how societies decide what is fair, okay? And how the people should be treated, okay? So some of the objectives that we got for these sessions are expresses informed opinion on ethical paradigms and theories of justice using clear and coherent spoken English during guided discussions, support oral viewpoints related to ethical and justice-based scenarios. So today I brought some scenarios that we're going to discuss by providing logical reasons or example derived from the assigned readings and interact effectively in oral discussions on moral decision making, demonstrating respect for different perspective and appropriate turn taking. Okay, so that are the three objectives that we got. And as I told you before, in this session, folks, we're gonna discuss real life scenarios related to ethical paradigms and theories of justice. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that some of you were reading the document that we got on the platform session 4, and based on what you read, so you will be able to express, right, your opinions if you agree or disagree with the rest of your peers, and probably justifying your ideas, right, by using some simple arguments. So, as usually, folks, I would like to start with some speaking questions. Okay. I'm going to show you the whole questions to be analyzed. And when you got the answer, just raise your hand and don't forget to say your name. Okay. So, we're going to start with the first question, folks. And it says, if an action helps many people but hurts one person, is it
Sí,
right
pero
or
ya,
wrong? What
ya
do you
más,
think?
están 3 semanas solo. Sí, pero no se sabe si en invierno me lo van a dejar por el centro. Entonces, todo eso ahí solo por centro.
Yes, Sasha, go ahead. Do we have any volunteer for that question, folks? Remember that in the previous session, folks, we were discussing about some of the ethical paradigms like the utilitarianisms and the ontologist. So, based on those perspective, what is your point of view? So, do you see this question from the utilitarianism's perspective or from the ontologist perspective? What do you think?
Good night, teacher. This is
Yes, go
Hannah
ahead.
Gutierrez. Uh, and well, from my point of view, is depend if the action is good to the people, but hurts one person. If it is right or wrong, I think that it is right. It depends what is the perspective of the other person, because sometimes the truth is like is hard for someone. But for me, that is right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Genesis. Thank you very much. Do we have another opinion for the same questions? Okay, let's move on to the second one. Do you think rules are more important than results? Why or why not? What do you think, folks? Or do you think that both are important?
Hello, Mr. Mirena. In my case, I think both of them are important.
Mhm.
Because rules are subject to change depending on results. So if we
Yeah.
have a rule, for example, that doesn't work and it's not, giving us any positive results, why should we keep it? So in
Mhm.
that scenario, I feel like we have to change rules, but at the same time, we have to keep rules to, maintain order. So I think both of them are important.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Let's move on to question number 3. Do you usually decide based on rules, results, or feelings? So when you're going through a hard situation, folks, so the decision that you made is based on rules, results, or feelings.
Hi, Mr. Marinena. This is Isa. And
Okay.
well, I don't know if everyone does that, but at least in my case, I would usually
Okay.
decide based on rules if I get punished for not following the rules. Because if not, I think it's better to decide based on results. It will depend on every situation, whatever you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for, whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to solve, or so on. And if it's related to personal life, I would say feelings, decide by feelings. So it will depend.
Isa, I got a question for you. Have you ever
Yes.
broken any rules?
Uh, um, now that I remember right now, I think so, but
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Let's see the question number 4, folks. Do you think everyone should be treated exactly the same? Why or why not? I would like to listen at least 3 of you for this question.
This is Joshua.
Okay.
Well, I consider that yes, we should be treated exactly the same because, well, uh, at the end of the day, we are humans, even if we have any positions, any other positions, any other abilities. So the most important thing to feel good with the people and with myself as well, you should treat everyone with respect. Well, that's my opinion.
Yeah, okay, good, good. Do we have another one?
Yes, hi teacher. This is Natalie.
Yeah.
So I want to say that for me, everyone should be treated exactly the same because at the end, all we have the same rights, and
Mm-hmm.
all of us should be treated with respect and all the values.
Okay, good. Another opinion, one more, please, folks. Okay, folks, let's move on to next question. If the government has little money, who should get help first? Why? Do you think, folks, that those people um who are in needs or a hard situation, they could be the first ones? Okay, let's see how many students do we have here. Roberto, What do you think about this question, Roberto? Sasha Nicole, what about you?
Teacher, sorry, what question?
If the government has little money, who should get help first?
Okay. The most vulnerable people, like children and the elder, should get help first because they need more support.
Okay. So let's move on to the last one, folks, because there are some other activities that I brought today for you. Which is more important for you, folks? Being fair or being kind? Belinda Nicole, what do you think about this question? Or Francisco Gonzalez, please.
Sorry, teacher, what question?
The last one, which is more important? Being fair or being kind?
Mister, I think being fair and being kind goes together.
Mm-hmm.
They're hand to hand because if you are being fair, you're
You're
being
being
kind to
kind.
that person.
Yeah.
And if you're being kind to that person, I imagine you're being fair. So I think both of them are very important in our daily life, being fair to people and being kind to people. Doesn't matter who you are, if you are the cleaning
Mm-hmm.
lady, if you work at a cafeteria or wherever you, whatever position do you have at your work. I
Mm-hmm.
think being fair and being kind, both of them are very important and go together.
Yeah, both are connected, right?
Hi, this is Francisco
Okay.
Gonzalez. I differ. I don't think they go hand on hand because you can be kind, you can deliver like a nice speech, you can sugarcoat it and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end, like you can be doing something not right. Um, so I do believe being fair is definitely more important because once again, like let's see for example I don't know, the HR department of any company.
Mm-hmm.
They can deliver like a message or a speech that is like that, you know, it sounds nice, but at the end if it's not being fair, then of course it would not be something good for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, okay, good. Okay,
Um,
folks. Yeah.
oh, can I?
Yeah.
May I? Okay. Javiera Day is here. About the question, I would say it, well, in my personal opinion, I would say being fair is more important than being kind, although both are valuable
Mm-hmm.
because kindness is important, but if it is not guided by fairness, it can lead to favoritism or
Mm-hmm.
injustice. I believe that kindness should complement fairness, but fairness should be the foundation of ethical decisions.
Okay, good. Based on the theories of justice, right? Okay, thank you, Javiera.
Exactly.
Nicole, Belinda Nicole, go ahead.
Okay, teacher. To be clear and fast, I think being kind is more important. Why? Okay, because I really think that if you are kind, you will naturally try to be fair to others, and so that's my fast opinion.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Folks, if you can see on the WhatsApp group, I shared two scenarios. Please confirm if you got the two pictures. You got it, right?
Yes, yes, Professor.
Okay, thank you for confirming. Folks, I'm gonna divide the groups into two breakout rooms, okay? So the room one is gonna take the scenario one, and room two is scenario two, okay? Please discuss there, and then we're gonna make a summary about it. Here we go. Hello, folks.
Yes, hi.
Folks, here we got a scenario one that says a university has only 5 scholarships, but 10 students apply. And we got some students have excellent grades, some students have average grades, but very serious economic problem. All a student want a scholarship to continue studying. The university must decide who gets the scholarships. So what do you think about this scenario, folks? I want to listen to all of you discussing this, okay?
Got it. So in my opinion, I would say given the scholarship to those students that have excellent grades, because first of all, if they are looking for a scholarship, it's because most likely they have like an economic situation going on.
Yeah.
And as the sponsor of that scholarship, I want to make 100% sure that these benefits are going to be used. So by looking at their grades, I can see that they are very committed and that they would be willing to, you know,
Um, maybe the nurse. Okay, so need take the action based on their feelings or based on the canvas. I think because the rule in that case, I think, I don't know. It's not so kind. Maybe apply the rules in that case. It's my opinion.
What about the rest? Do you agree with her, folks?
I think I would let the relative in. We can always make exceptions in, very extreme cases like as scenario two.
Hmm.
So I would definitely let the relative, inside the building.
Yeah, I also would like to add that we're also humans, and we gotta be empathetic with the other, with the family, and it's very important for us to be able to recognize or to tell when a situation requires to be um, to go beyond what we have in hands, So I would definitely go ahead and let the family see the patient, for the last time. I think that's a very hard situation for them. So yeah, I would rather break the rules this time.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan.
Well, I agree with my classmates. I think that it could be an exception. Yes, like professional, you must follow the rules. But I think this case is more emotional, and the patient at the test may not survive. So it could be an exception because if I am in a safe situation, I would like to to make that.
What about Samira? Do you agree with them, Samira?
And yes, I agree with them. The make exceptions on certain scenarios will be good when make you like ethical and person.
Okay, folks. Thank you, those students who have been participating a lot. So here, as you can appreciate here, folks, we got a scenario one. Thank you, those who were giving your opinions, and I would like to listen to the rest one about the first scenario. Who do you think should get the scholarship first and why? Is it more fair to reward the best students or to help the students in need? Some of you were telling that most of the universities provide a scholarship just for those students who have economical situations, right? Then we got, should everyone have the same opportunity or should some people get more help? What would you do if you were the decision maker? Do you agree with your peer who were discussing the scenario one? Lucia Burto, what up? You were in room one, right?
Yeah, teacher.
Do you agree with the discussion with your peers or what do you think?
Kind of. I think that what makes it interesting is the clash of values because merit versus need, rewarding excellent grades feels fair because it recognizes effort and achievement. But helping students with serious economic problems feels fair because it gives them a real chance to continue studying at all.
Okay, thank you. Another opinion for the first scenario based on the discussion you had? Or think about this. What about the second scenario? Those who were discussing this. Do you agree with your peers? If you were the nurse, what would you do? Would you break the rule?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to answer that question. I didn't have the time in the breakup room,
Okay.
but I know that that would be very important for the family, and that will be something they will never forget. Because I had a little cousin, and all the time she lived, which was 40 days, she stayed in the unit of intensive care or something like that.
UCI.
And so my aunt, who was her mother, she could only see her every day like 1 hour, and there was a door with a little hole you could see, into the room. So I used to go with my aunt, but one day my mom was there, and she was so excited. She wanted to see my cousin, and then the nurse who was in charge of the room allowed her to get in, and that was the first and the only time my mom met my cousin. And yeah, she died a couple of days later, and my mom still never she hasn't forgotten that day. Yeah,
Okay.
so that can create an impact, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
care to break the rules if someone can have an opportunity like that.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Someone else?
Yes. Well, this is Joshua again.
Yeah.
I agree with her. So, well, thinking about this sensitive situation, so the most ethical frameworks, as you know, will be supporting and breaking the rule in this, we can say, extreme circumstance. So, first of all, as a comparison and human dignity, so breaking this rule, basically, we can say that it's a fundamental decision, not only because it will help, not but also to the patient, to the ones that is sick, and of course to the family of this person. So breaking out this rule can help us in this case, not only improve as a human but as a professional as well. I consider that.
Okay, good.
I also want to add something like
Go ahead.
um in life there's always like a cross line,
Yeah.
and which we need to balance, which is right and which is uh
Uh,
correct or human. And there's like in life, it's just not like white or black. And for this type of situations, uh we gotta make sure that we're doing the right decisions. To me, the right decision is to let the family see,
mhm.
their son, their children, or whatever the person or the people who are being taken care by the hospital is. But for me, it's like a human decision over here, and
Mhm.
we're all humans, I think.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Teacher, I am
Yes, go
Paul.
ahead, Paul.
Good night. I consider, I think the nurse should be allow the family to see the patient if its own rules are important. Compassion is essential for me in a healthcare, especially when a patient may not survive. This could be the last chance to say goodbye. For me, is I
Okay,
think.
okay. Thank you, Paul. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, folks, this has been all for this session. And really, believe me, really, really appreciate your participation. Remember the things, the aspect that I told you in the first sessions. Participation is so important because remember that we got some certain points that are gonna set on for by participation. Okay. So, let me remind you something, folks. The first midterm written exam is coming. Okay. So all of the things that we have been discussing in the first in the previous session and this and the next one are gonna be included on the final exam. Another important things, folks, I don't want to sound rude, but another important things that I would like to clarify here is regarding the tasks, the homework. Some of you folks have been sending the homework by WhatsApp. If you send to me the homework to my personal WhatsApp, I can do nothing, folks, because remember the course is virtually. If you don't submit your task, you cannot be graded. Okay. So that's why I told you, I don't want to sound rude, but please keep in mind, okay? Keep in mind, as I said before, the course is virtual. So if you send the task, the platform recognizes that you submitted a task and you can be graded. But if you don't do that, platform doesn't recognize that. You understand what I mean, folks?
Yes, yes, I mean.
Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, folks, this is the session 4. On session 6, we will be doing the first midterm written exam, right?
Okay.
Before
Okay.
coming that, if you have some doubts about the exam, you can ask to the WhatsApp group and I can give your answer, okay, about it. Okay, folks, see you next session, okay? See you next session,
See
and
you,
thank you for
teacher. Thank you.
being
See
connected.
you, teacher. Thank you.
Bye.
See you,
Bye.
teacher. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.